This is not going to be a popular video. Why? Because it requires people to do two things that they hate to do. One, they have to do the work. Two, you have to realize that I'm not giving you the fluffy, oh, just put it in the atmosphere and it'll rain down like manna from heaven for you. That's what most people want. They want a nice, sweet story to be told to them. Makes them feel good for the moment. Makes them think they're doing something that's going to change their life, but yet not have to put any effort or change the way that they live or the way that they think. This is not going to be a popular video, but for those in the know, for those who truly want change, those who truly want greatness in their life, this will be a very popular video. But before I get started, a word from my sponsors. I'd like to take a moment to thank all our sponsors. For everyone on Patreon who supports this channel through your monthly donations, you are greatly appreciated. And I look forward to providing you free content as well as exclusive live video chats. You will also be able to receive discounts on products from Uncle Ren's Popcorn as well as coaching from Coach Ren's. This video is also sponsored by Uncle Ren's Popcorn, where you can get 25 flavors of delicious gourmet popcorn, from salt and vinegar to strawberry cheesecake, from caramel and cheddar to bacon jalapeno, and many others like cookies and cream. I greatly appreciate everyone who supports us at Uncle Ren's Popcorn. This channel is also supported by Coach Ren's, where you can not only get all your life coaching, your relationship coaching, but also get your business coaching from Coach Ren's, as we teach you how to move your hobbies into a business, not a job for yourself, but a business. We also teach you life principles of leadership and meditation. So go to CoachRens.com and support the sponsors of this channel. I appreciate everybody. Please hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 5,000. We're not going to make it before the end of the month unless we have a barrage of people hitting it today, which is possible. Very possible. I expect that to be the truth. Listen. I was in the gym today, and if you're on my Instagram, you heard it from Coach Ren's, Sith Lord of the gym, explaining how there was a lady next to me on the treadmill. She was working with a trainer. She got started. The trainer was doing interval training with her. Speed up, slow down, incline, decrease. Those sorts of things. After about 2 minutes, the young lady, she started complaining. Oh, my legs hurt. Oh, I'm out of breath. Oh, you trying to kill me, you evil. You evil. I'm just listening and working out myself. And then I hear her next to me, and she says, she looks at me and she says, "This is wrong. Somebody need to do something and tell her to stop what she's doing to me." In a laughing, playful manner, she said these things. I looked over at her. Sith Lord of the gym came on. I told her that before you came in here, you had a personality that created your current personal reality. But when you decided, mentally and emotionally, to change your personal reality, you changed your personality. The problem is that right now, you're challenged with old synaptic ways, old habits, old ways of thinking. A way that says, I'm making a change, but that change is uncomfortable because we've been programmed for 10, 20, 30 years to eat a certain way, to drink a certain way, to have certain activities in our life. And now you're trying to change these things with this new personality, trying to manifest a new personal reality, but we don't like that. This is what the old personality is saying. So it tells you to skip the gym that day. Eat the ice cream this day. Don't work out as hard. Find a reason or rationale that the trainer is working too hard. Have the drama as if you're about to die of breath. Just so your old personality can reassert itself to maintain your current personal reality. To win the battle, push through the mental blocks of your old personal reality. Push through the mental blocks of your old personality so that your new personality assert itself and you then have a new personal reality manifested in the patience and the effort of time, creating new habits, new synaptic pathways, that when the mind says skip the gym, the emotion says no, you don't feel right. When the emotion says skip the gym, the mind says no, we got to get this done. It gets angry because anger gets it done. This is your Sith Lord, Coach Renz. This is the way. I have spoken. So that's what I told her. Now after that, she continued. She worked out. Her trainer took her through the paces of the rest of her workout. She did a very good job. I saw her later in the gym, still going at it, still fighting that mental battle though. I told her before I left, you keep fighting that battle and you'll win. This will all be easy for you. She's doing something that many people will claim they're going to do for the beginning of the year that starts tomorrow, the Gregorian beginning of the year. Many people will make new declarations, but your old personality will try to reassert itself at every turn that you do something that's different from what you're used to doing. You have created habits of finances. You have created habits of living a certain life. Your current personality wants to maintain that personal reality. And because of that, you're constantly losing, whether you realize it or not. You see, those in power love to create the illusion that you're actually winning. They create the illusion that you're winning, putting in place things that they know you will follow, you will do, but ultimately you will lose. Because over the stretch of time that you're actively engaged in the rules that they've set, in the parameters they've set up for you, they've already changed the game. And you weren't even aware. Look at all the people who got caught into the housing debacle. The rules had changed, but by the time the average person recognized the rules had changed, they had bought a house that was interest only, the LIBOR changed on them, and they lost it all. Look at all these people who are going to college now, but they're graduating without being able to get a job, and their college debt is killing them financially. You see, college was originally set up as a way for the wealthy and the powerful to educate their children into critical thinking, and then they come home and they utilize the family's business, the family's connections, the nepotism, the networking in order to elevate themselves. This became something popular for everybody else to do. But once everybody started doing it, once the majority started doing it, once those who are formerly oppressed started doing it, they changed the game. They made college into a business. They made student loans ever increasing. They put you in a situation that even when you graduate, even if you find a job, you will still be in debt to them, the owners of the bank, the controllers of the government. They changed the rules before you knew it. Those who said at that time frame they began to teach their children entrepreneurship in the 80s and the 90s. Entrepreneurship wasn't the end thing. And their children became that. Their children became the hedge fund managers. Their children began to build the businesses that you now shop at. They changed the rules and you didn't even see it. Same thing happens right now. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Yes. Everybody has a side hustle. Yes. But the game is already changing. The game is already changing. You see, anytime something like that happens, they throw a disruption out there. They throw a disruption. Everybody was buying houses. Everybody was becoming secure. Everybody was becoming financially fit. So they threw out the subprime loans, and the subprime loans, people gravitated to it. You were perfect in your house, but now you got to get the bigger house. And you got into the subprime loan. They threw that disruption out there. The 440 frequency was thrown out there because you were vibrating at 432, 428, 432 and 528. So then you all went to college, get an education, and it was working. It was great. But then they threw in higher interest rates on the student loans, and they made college more expensive, and they took small colleges and tech colleges, and they got rid of the technical schools so that now everybody goes to colleges. Almost every technical school that I grew up with is now a full-fledged college with full-fledged financing and funding, and you are now loaded with debt. They threw in the 440 frequency, threw you off. What's the 440 frequency they're throwing in with entrepreneurship? You see, too many of y'all trying to be an entrepreneur. They got to keep you in the workforce. The public school system was set up for them to take the people out of the fields and put them into the workforce of the factories. They got to keep you in the workforce, keep you in debt. Not entrepreneurship, not freedom. So what's the frequency? What's the 440 that they're throwing in there? A recession. A recession. You see, you throw in, when you have entrepreneurship on the rise, you throw in a recession. Those who were purchasing from the entrepreneurs no longer will purchase from the entrepreneurs because it's a recession. I got to save my money. I can't spend money on this small thing that I'm unfamiliar with because that's not part of my neuro-linguistic programming. I'm programmed to go to the big brand. I'm not programmed to go to the small brand. You know, I'm not that you're luxury. But now there's a recession. I can't do the luxury anymore. So they throw in the 440. And then all those entrepreneurs, the fake ones, begin to be realized. The ones who really can't hang. The ones who really don't know how to be an entrepreneur, who can't sacrifice, who can't put it down, who are not willing to go in and dig and figure out how to make it work. Those fall off, and what do? They go back and get a job. They get the job, they get back in debt. Now they've had that fear of failure from the previous business they had, and now they stay there because I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to feel that pain again. Back into the habit of a job. The 440 frequency work got you back into the job. Got you back into depending upon 401ks. The game is rigged against you unless you learn the real rules of the game. We're always running to the party late. We come to the party late all the time. Now, when you show up late, the food is not as fresh. The drinks are not as plentiful. But when you're early, the food is fresh, it's hot. It just came out of the oven. The cookies melt in your mouth. The drink had just been made. It's been chilled on ice. It's at its peak. You just popped it open and it's fresh. It's the best. It's the best. For those who come late, they get what's been picked over. The best fruit has been picked over. The best meats have been picked over. The best breads have been picked over. The best drinks have been drunk. And that's where you find yourself, in that position. So we got to stop coming to the party late. We have to be vigilant about the changes that are going on. People come to me, I'm getting into Bitcoin. Too late. Too late. Where is the money being invested now? Africa. Southwest and Southeast Asia, India. Next it'll be South America. But you're late. You're waiting. You're waiting for somebody else to get there first. Prove it. And then once they prove it, you'll join in. Like I said, this won't be a popular video because I'm requiring you to do work. I'm requiring you to change the way you think, the way you do things. What's next? What's the other part? What are we missing? What are we missing? I could tell you that you could practice community economics. Kwanzaa is going on right now. We're in the last couple of days of Kwanzaa. Whether you celebrate it or not doesn't matter. But the fourth day, I believe it's the fourth day of Kwanzaa, is Ujamaa, cooperative economics. I can easily tell you that the way that many Spanish people practice Ujamaa, the way many Asians practice Ujamaa, they are succeeding because they're practicing cooperative economics. You've grown up in America or in a Western culture. You've been here too long. You kick your kids out of the house as soon as they're 18, 19, 20 years old and expect them to be able to function as adults. You look at your brother, your sister, your siblings, your whomever, your cousins, and you say, we cannot dwell in a house together. What will people think? We cannot do that to build each other's business. What will people think? You see, if you practice cooperative economics, you may not be able to do it as far as your whole community. Oh, we got to shop black business. We got to shop Asian business. No, white people don't have to do that because the system is already built for them to shop white businesses. They don't have to. It's already set for them. People of color, Asian people get it because they just came. Spanish people get it because they just came. If you've been here for 4 generations or more, you don't get that anymore. You've lost it. But you're not realizing that you try to then play a game that's not fit for you. You see, the system is fit for, Europeans to be able to come in and the opportunities are there and they can play the game. And when they shop with their own unintentionally or intentionally, but most of the time it's unintentional because it's commonality. And as the 4th generation, you shop with them as well. Unintentionally is commonality. Reprogramming means that you have to specifically ensure that you're shopping in cooperative economics. Cooperative economics. But I don't expect you to do that. I really don't. It'd be great, but I don't. But what you could do is practice cooperative economics within your small circle. Within your small circle of family and friends. If you begin there, you'll begin to change your mindset to do it elsewhere. If you begin there, then others will also begin there. You see, it doesn't take the whole community shopping at one spot or one area of business. It takes a small portion dedicated to shopping at this business. A small portion dedicated shopping at that business. If a church dedicated themselves to supporting just the businesses in their church, don't support the businesses in the other churches. Don't support the other black businesses in your community that you don't know. Just focus on the ones in your congregation. Practice Ujamaa in your small circle right there. And the impact will be tremendous. Just start there. Just right there. And you will see a greater impact on your community. All of a sudden, your church economically is growing. People getting jobs. Businesses are thriving. Why? Because the 500 members of your church dedicated themselves to supporting each other's businesses in that congregation. It's an amazing thing. But we have to change our mindset to do it. We have to stop standing in the pulpits thinking we can preach like white preachers preach. That we can just preach the goodness of God, that we can just preach staying away from sin, that you can just preach those things. No. If you are a black pastor, a Spanish pastor, an Asian pastor, then you are not in the same matrix as the white pastor. Your congregation are not in the same matrix as the white pastor, the white congregation. You have to play a different game, which means doing things differently. This will not be a very popular video. You cannot be the black Hebrew Israelite, the black Muslim, the black conscious person, and play the exact same game as the white person who may even say the same stuff you say. It's a different matrix. But if you did, what if you did? Oh my gosh, it'll be an amazing thing if you played the game the way the game should be played for you. You see, you showed up at the table to play Monopoly. They started out with $1,500. You started out with $300. They went past go. They collected $200. You got to go past go 3 times first before you collect your first $200. By the time you get there, they already bought up Boardwalk and Park Place and North Avenue and all that. No, you got to start with Baltic Avenue. You start with Baltic Avenue. But you don't worry about the fact that you started with Baltic Avenue. You got to manifest and mastermind Baltic Avenue. You got to look at Baltic Avenue and say, yeah, they over there, they put up one house, they collect $50. I put up one house, I'm collecting 10. But you know what? I'm going to maximize that 10. I'm going to put up my 3 houses, my 4 houses. I'm going to put my hotels on there. I'm going to put everything I can put on there. I'm going to make Baltic Avenue the best it can be. And then I'm going to utilize what I got at Baltic Avenue, and I'm going to use it so that I can buy Indiana, so I can buy North Carolina, so I can buy Pennsylvania. Oh, let me get the railroads. You buy what you can and you keep growing. You keep using the law of compounding to buy more, buy more, buy more. I had a conversation with a young lady about how she can become wealthy within the next 10 years based on the status that she's at right now. There's no reason that you can't do it either, but do you have the patience to do it? And are you willing to change your mind and change your activities to do so? The lady in the gym had to change her mind and change her activities. And when those naysayers come, when those negative thoughts come, and you have to turn it off. Turn it off. You're not listening. You're going the opposite of the naysayers and the negative talk. You get them out of your mind and out of your circle. That's how you win. That's how we win. We change these things. Stop playing a game that's not meant for you to play. You have to play the game in the way that you can play it, so that when you do step onto their matrix, you have firm foundation, firm footing to be able to stand when the rules change, and then being able to change with those rules, so that you at some point, a generation of yours, 5, 10 generations, however many generations, are now part of the rule makers. This is the way. I have spoken. But y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself. Continue to support the channel. And if you want to practice Ujamaa, order from Uncle Ren's Popcorn. I'm getting ready to ship some orders today. Have a good one. Peace.